New toy. Oh, the excitement. Look at that. Pioneer. Can't beat it, honestly. I've had a few different systems now, and record box with the Pioneer controllers, to me, you can't beat. So let's have a quick look at it. I plug my USB stick in. And the layout looks pretty much like the Pioneer CDJs. Using this control knob here, folder, my friend Gus side. Let's put his mix on. So yeah, the mixer apparently is to the same spec as the DJM 900, but it's about the size of a DJM 350, DJM, sorry. But the effects are, yeah, apparently the same quality as the 900. The decks feel really good as well. I've got a XDJ-RX, which is a really nice controller as well, another Pioneer controller, but this feels a lot more like the CDJs I'm used to using in the clubs where I play. Obviously they're not quite as big, especially the jog wheel's smaller, but it feels really responsive. It feels much better quality than my other one in terms of the feel. Just feels solid. It's hard to explain until you touch it yourself, but yeah, it just doesn't feel like a controller wheel. Do you know what I mean? If you've played on controllers, you'll know what I mean. It feels more like a proper CDJ. All the sliders have got nice resistance to them. Crossfader's pretty loose, as you'd expect for scratching. But yeah, quite good resistance on the sliders. And I can't remember if my other one's got the centre point. I think it has. But the centre 0 point there locks in nicely. You can feel it click in. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Feels really solid. Metal top. Obviously some bits of plastic, but the actual top surface is metal. Yeah, all the knobs feel great. Really good quality. Anyone that's heard me DJ knows I like my effects, so this is really good.
I'll teach you things, baby, teach you things. Show you every move and make you reach for things. I'll teach you things, baby, teach you things in the morning.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, it's very good. I'm being modest. No, it's great. It's definitely the best controller I've ever come across so far. And there's this big debate about controllers, you know, versus CDJ. I use CDJs in the clubs, but sometimes you go to a place and the equipment is just not up to scratch. Legends where I play is awesome. It's got the brand new Nexus 2s in there, and the flagship Nexus 2000 controller as well, mixer, sorry, which I don't know any other club in Brighton that's got that. But I won't name any other places, name and shame them, but there's some places that are decent clubs that just got really bad equipment. And that's the time when I like to take in a controller. I just know I can rely on it if it's my own. I know the background, I know it's, you know, I know it's been looked after, it's going to work. And also, particularly when you get a dodgy mixer, you know, that's got, you know, crackling channels and the faders don't work properly. You can usually get one channel to work okay, so that's the beauty of a controller as well. You can come out with the one output at the back of your controller into one input on their mixer, you know, or bypass the mixer altogether if you're starting from the beginning of the night where you're not taking over from another DJ. And then you don't have to touch the mixer, so you know you're not going to get any problems. But yeah, very, very good, and I'm looking forward to plugging my Mac in it in a minute and seeing what that's like with it. You can, for those of you that use Recordbox already, you can set it up the same way as two normal CDJs, so you can Ethernet them up and use it in export mode. But for me, I'm looking at using it in performance mode because I've also just bought this. Hang on. I've been having trouble working out how to get this little beauty here. This is the Pioneer XDJ-RX effects, basically. You can actually use it as a mini controller. You can start and stop and do a few things on it, loop and stuff like that, but I bought it for the effects really. The idea was, if I go into Legends where I play, they've got the top of the range Nexus mixer, and it's got great effects and stuff on it, so there's no need to use anything else there. But when you go somewhere else, it's just got a standard DJM. You know, you've just got the normal effects, which are really good. But if you want to mess around and trigger samples, and you know, this has got sampler on it, so if you're using the computer as well, you have to basically run this in performance mode. I'm not too sure. Someone out there might be able to advise me on this, but I've posted in forums and asked a few DJs. I can't. It seems that you have to run everything through the USBs, and so I'm not too sure how that's going to work if you're taking over from another DJ. So if, you know, it's halfway through the night, you come along and you want to plug in this unit and use it with the CDJs in the club. I don't know if you can do that seamlessly by just plugging straight in with the USB and taking over. Yeah, or whether you'd have to stop and then unplug the Ethernets and plug the USB cables in. Again, this way, with this controller, I could go in somewhere and I could just hook that straight in. I could basically go in and plug this into a spare channel on their mixer that they're not using and just mix in manually, obviously. And yeah, and just take over with this controller. So it's quite a powerful option. It is a little, you know, it's not small. It's not as big as, well, actually, probably is nearly as big as the other one. Is it the SZ? It might be slightly smaller, actually. I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, it's a fair size. But I've ordered a soft case like this for it, so it is portable. You know, it's definitely portable. It doesn't. It's a decent weight, but it's, you know, it's not. It is mobile, basically. You can take it around with you. So yeah, there you go. That's my first look at it. If anyone's interested in getting one, by the way, I got mine from MBI in Eastern Road in Brighton. They did me a good discount. Well, as best as they can do. I know they don't make a lot on Pioneer products, but I got it. I actually paid 1270 for it, 1270, rather than the 1320, I think it is in most places. So, you know, 50 quid off, can't fault that. So there it is, Pioneer XDJ-RX. Can't wait to get on with it.